Hey, what's going on, everybody? Keep moments in full color. Now, I wasn't even going to start this week like this, but I gotta start this week like this because Square Enix just dropped that Final Fantasy 7 trailer. But they didn't just drop it, but they dropped it. I've just watched it a million times. But I really wanted to get into that trailer, and I didn't really want to talk about the trailer too much. And the real thing I want to talk about is if I feel that them dropping Final Fantasy 7 in an episodic way is a money grab or not. All right. So, first and foremost, let's kind of talk about this trailer a little bit. It looks amazing. I'm super happy. I mean, let's just look at it. What's not to like? What is not to like here? It looks just so damn good. It's what you want. This is my favorite game of all time. And when you hear remake, it kind of makes you a little unsettled. You're just like, you really didn't need to touch that one. You just could have left it a classic, but you're gonna redo it. And you just pray for the best on this, and man, does it look great. One thing I really want to take some time with here is we look at the Toad status ailment. Yes, I want to look at a status ailment right now, okay? Now, if we look, he's a little toad, and he also has a sword on his back. I mean, that's like some attention to detail stuff right there. I mean, that's just like, wow, and it makes you really excited, right? Because what are they going to do for Rage? What are they going to do for Silence? What are they going to do for Sleep? What are they going to do for Petrification, for Doom? You know, you kind of really are excited now about status ailments of all things just because of these small things that they're paying attention to. So ultimately, man, I'm just super happy with that right there. The next thing I really want to cut to are the summons. The summons look amazing. Ifrit looks, they all look really good. And now this begins to make you kind of say like, okay, well, what are they going to do for Bahamut? What are they going to do for Titan, for Alexander, Kujata, like Phoenix? Like, how are these things going to come in? Really excited for a lot of these summons if they incorporate all of them. Final Fantasy 7 has so many summons. As a fan, you want to see them all, but also I kind of understand why certain summons wouldn't necessarily work well given the battle system. But moving on from there, man, the Turks look great. Reno looks awesome. He has that Final Fantasy 15 flash step. It's really good to see that they kind of like took from that a little bit. And I'm also glad because playing Final Fantasy 7, the Turks always came off like Team Rocket to me. They were bums, like, you know, you just beat them up and you know, there was no challenge with the Turks. And it looks like now they're gonna give the Turks a little bit more to them, and especially in the terms of skill. Considering what they were supposed to be to Shinra. So really happy with all that. I'm really glad. So this one moment they mentioned Wutai, and that's really important. The mention of Wutai is important. That means we'll get hopefully, you know, get an actual Wutai side arc, and hopefully the character Yuffie gets a lot more character development. And that's just really great because, you know, Yuffie is a optional character. You don't have to recruit her, the same as Vincent. But there are ways to get her on your team, and Wutai plays a bit of a part into her character and all that. So really great that they're doing that right there. So I'm just gonna let the trailer play in certain segments as we go. But ultimately, do I think that this game dropping episodically is a money grab? Me personally, no. The first Final Fantasy disc, the original, was about 20 hours. Now they say it's 20 hours. To be honest with you, I'd give you about 30. Okay, I'd give you about 30, you know, for level grinding and things of that nature that you may want to go do. So I'd say about 30 hours to complete the first disc, right? That is not bad time at all for a disc 1. But this disc is slated. It's going to be about 60 hours. Okay, I can't talk. This trailer's too good. It's going to be about 60 hours. Probably along the lines of 80 if you really want to spend time with it. And that's like really like the JRPG sweet spot right there. Anywhere between 60 and 100, I'd say, you know, you have a very good JRPG on your hands by terms of, and I know I'm saying JRPG, Final Fantasy 7, this remake, who knows what it is, but that's not what this is about. But I'm going to call it JRPG because it's weird. Anyways, we're going to keep going. We're getting about 60 to 100 hours, and that's a really good sweet spot. It really is. And if you look at it, although that this episode 1 is just going to be the city of Midgard, it's a very big city. It's amazing, and you could tell they added a lot of things in here. Added new characters, added a bunch of new stuff in here. I'm really glad that they're keeping mini games in there. As you saw with the gym, they had like the darts, the squats, the pull-ups, and it makes me really, really happy because I'm now wondering, well, what about the motorcycle mini game? What about the snowboarding, the boxing mini games? All the mini games that you had in there were just amazing. So I really don't think that this is a money grab. If you look at Final Fantasy VII, the scope of it, that game was huge. Like in terms of the area, right? If we take the city of Midgard there, you know, you just had a screen here, a screen there. Now people are going to want to be able to go walk into a shop and walk out with no loading screen. They're going to want to be able to just traverse the area with very minimal loading screens. That's a tall order. To make the world of Final Fantasy VII with minimal loading screens. Now, if you had loading screens, then yeah, I would say okay, you know, maybe, but with no load screens, that's really, really a tall order. So, personally for me, I think the whole city of Midgard is explorable with no load screens or very minimal load screens. Like that's a win. And depending on what they add in and everything that now Final Fantasy has become, really, really, really happy with that. So, me personally, I do not feel like this is a money grab. I'm happy with what I'm seeing from the trailer. I really don't want to see any more. I'm hoping, you know, they just keep hush-hush on everything for now so I can just be blown away by the product that they put in front of us. And I'm really, really looking forward to seeing what elements from the other Final Fantasy games, the later editions, that they're going to incorporate in here from, you know, beast hunts and side quests and things of that nature. But that'll do it for this one, everybody. I'm super excited. I highly encourage anyone to get the base form of Final Fantasy VII. You don't need to play another Final Fantasy to get into it. And if you like kind of like a Western, oh my God, I'm so sick. If you like Western RPGs, you'll love this thing, okay? Hit that notification button, that subscription button, and thank you for bearing with me on this one. I'm going to see you tomorrow, I think. Yeah, I'm going to see you tomorrow. Either way, I'll probably still sound sick, but it's whatever. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Be easy, be beautiful, be blessed. Peace.